Stop everything. If you're a small investor in gold or silver, this is the alert that could completely change your financial future. The market is moving faster than any headline can capture, and valuable opportunities are appearing while most people are still asleep. As a small investor, you have agility and freedom that giant funds will never have. But beware. Without strategy, knowledge, and discipline, this edge vanishes in seconds. Today, I'll show you how to use gold and silver to protect your wealth, seize real opportunities, and avoid costly mistakes using market data and practical examples. This video is for those who want control and real growth, not luck or gambling. Let me be honest with you, small investors have a rare advantage. You can move faster, react quicker, and take opportunities before big institutions even notice, right? But here's the catch. Without proper education, planning, and strategy, that advantage disappears in a heartbeat. Just buying gold or silver blindly is a gamble, not an investment. I've seen many newcomers make that mistake, buying at the top of a spike only to panic sell during a small correction. Today, I'll guide you through the exact principles you need: allocation, timing, storage, and exit strategies. Think of this as your roadmap to building wealth and protecting your assets step by step. As a small investor, your decisions matter more than anyone else's. You don't have millions to throw around, so discipline is your superpower. Every move counts. Imagine you're holding a portfolio where each ounce of gold or silver could be the difference between staying ahead of inflation or losing purchasing power. We're not talking theory here. I'll give you real examples from 2020 and 2022 showing how disciplined investors turned volatility into opportunity. Stick with me, because understanding this foundation will change the way you invest forever and prepare you for the market landscape we're about to explore. By the end of this segment, you'll understand why acting now with the right knowledge is far more valuable than waiting for the perfect moment. This is your window of opportunity, small investor, and the next few minutes could reshape your financial future. And trust me, the market doesn't wait, so you need to be ready before most people even blink. Gold and silver are more than shiny metals. They are powerful tools in your portfolio. Gold has long been a safe haven, rising during times when currencies weaken or governments print more money. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, gold prices surged about 25% in less than a year, protecting investors who understood its role. Silver, on the other hand, is more volatile, with industrial demand influencing its price. In 2021, silver surged over 40% as supply shortages and industrial demand collided. Understanding these differences is crucial for small investors who want to maximize opportunities without unnecessary risk. Let's talk strategy. Gold acts as insurance, slowly appreciating and retaining value. Silver is more like insurance with leverage. Its industrial use can amplify gains but also risks. Knowing the market landscape means recognizing these patterns and applying them to your portfolio strategy. For instance, tracking the U.S. Federal Reserve decisions, inflation rates, and supply reports can signal when to accumulate metals or hold steady. This is where many small investors fail. They react emotionally instead of using market intelligence to guide moves. The world is full of volatility, but informed small investors can turn that into a massive advantage. By understanding macro trends, industrial demand, and historical price behavior, you're no longer guessing. You're acting with confidence. Picture this. While large funds are debating internally, you can scale in and out efficiently, capturing opportunities others miss and setting yourself up for long-term wealth preservation. And that brings us to one of the most important questions every small investor faces. How much should you invest in gold and silver? Allocation is where discipline meets opportunity. Most small investors make the mistake of overcommitting to one metal because it's hot at the moment. A moderate allocation is key. Many experts recommend 5 to 15% of your total portfolio in gold and 5 to 10% in silver, depending on your risk tolerance. Overinvesting can expose you to volatility. Underinvesting reduces protection. For example, during the 2020 market crash, investors with balanced allocation protected themselves from severe losses while still participating in gains. Think in terms of purpose. Why are you buying each metal? Gold is for stability and protection. Silver is for growth and leverage. Small investors can use incremental purchases, dollar cost averaging, to gradually build positions. Imagine buying silver in small amounts every month instead of a lump sum. You reduce timing risk while increasing experience with market behavior. That's how disciplined investors outperform amateurs over time. Finally, remember that allocation isn't static. Your financial goals, inflation expectations, and market conditions evolve. Reassess periodically, but resist emotional overadjustments. Knowing how much of each metal to hold and why is your first line of defense against risk and prepares you for the next step. Timing the market for buying and selling. Timing is everything. Precious metals don't move like stocks or cryptocurrencies. They follow macro cycles, industrial demand, and investor sentiment. In March 2020, gold rose 10% in a few weeks as the pandemic hit global markets. Investors with a clear timing plan captured those gains, those without panicked and missed out. Small investors can use this to their advantage by planning entry points and exit targets in advance. One practical method is tiered entry and exit. Buy portions of your allocation over time and sell in stages as prices reach predetermined levels. For example, you might sell 25% of your silver at $30 per ounce and another 25% at $35 per ounce. This prevents emotional decisions and ensures you lock in profits while keeping exposure for future upside. Gold, due to its stability, is often held longer, acting as portfolio insurance. Monitoring economic signals is essential. Inflation trends, interest rates, and geopolitical events dictate metal prices. For instance, when the Federal Reserve hiked rates in 2022, gold initially dropped 5% and silver nearly 10%, creating a buying opportunity for informed investors. Timing isn't about luck. It's about data, strategy, and patience, giving you an edge over larger, slower-moving institutions. This leads directly to the next critical component, safeguarding your metals. Investing in gold and silver is meaningless if you don't secure it properly. Many small investors lose value due to theft, fire, or poor storage. Options include private vaults, bank-safe deposit boxes, or specialized bullion storage companies, which often reduce risk by over 90%. Home storage is feasible but requires strong safes and insurance. Another option is ETFs backed by physical metal like SPDR Gold Shares GLD or iShares Silver Trust SLV. These provide liquidity without physical handling but involve counterparty risk. Many investors combine physical metals with ETFs to balance control, convenience, and growth potential. Security and accessibility go hand in hand. Swiss vaults, for example, charge 0.5 to 1% annually for storage and insurance but offer top-tier protection. Choosing the right storage method protects your portfolio and peace of mind, setting up the final piece: a clear exit strategy. Now that you understand the power of gold and silver, it's time to act. Small investors have agility, but only discipline, planning, and strategy turn opportunity into lasting wealth. Ask yourself, am I acting with purpose or following hype? Protect your assets, allocate wisely, store securely, and plan exits. Track economic indicators and adjust carefully, but never react emotionally. These steps transform metals from speculation into reliable wealth-building tools. The next move is yours. Apply these strategies today, learn constantly, and dominate the precious metals market before larger players make the moves you could have. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay ahead, because your financial future depends on the actions you take now. Now that you understand the power of gold and silver, it's time to act. Small investors have agility, but only discipline, planning, and strategy turn opportunity into lasting wealth. Ask yourself, am I acting with purpose or following hype? Protect your assets, allocate wisely, store securely, and plan exits. Track economic indicators and adjust carefully, but never react emotionally. These steps transform metals from speculation into reliable wealth-building tools. The next move is yours. Apply these strategies today. Learn constantly and dominate the precious metals market before larger players make the moves you could have. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay ahead, because your financial future depends on the actions you take now. You've just learned what most investors won't realize until it's too late. While they're still waiting for the right time, the market is already moving, and those who understand gold and silver are quietly taking position. Don't just watch history unfold. Be part of it. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a circle of investors who think differently, who protect their wealth, act with strategy, and move before the headlines do. Because in this game, hesitation costs wealth, but knowledge builds empires.